Hey y'all, and welcome to this week's episode of Let's Chat with Curry and Adrian. I am Curry Terrell. With me, as always, the magnificent Adrian McMillan.
What's up?
How are you doing?
I'm all right.
Had a good day so far? Had a good week so far?
I'm sure.
Had a good month so far?
Yes. No, I have. I definitely have.
August.
I know. It was August last time we recorded.
We're already halfway through the month.
More than.
The end of the second half of the year flies. I'm convinced of it.
It'll be Christmas before we know it.
Don't even joke. I'm dying. I was thinking about it yesterday. There's like basically 2 months I can listen to Christmas music.
August, September, October. Yeah, November 1.
I'll be there. I'm ready.
Wow.
What'd you do this week? Anything exciting?
No. I went to Din Tai Fung for the first time today. Wow.
What did you eat? What was the best thing you ate?
The best thing we ate were the soup dumplings.
Okay.
We got the soup dumplings. We got pork buns, which are not generally my favorite. I don't love that like bun texture that's steamed, but it was good. We got these shrimp chicken things, which I've discovered I don't think I'm allergic to shellfish anymore, or was ever. And those were delicious. And we got noodles, and we got cucumber salad. And that was it.
Maybe you're not allergic. Maybe it's just a sensitivity.
Yeah, I mean, I felt fine, though.
Yeah. Allergies also change, I think, as we age and grow up.
Yeah, but it was very, very, very good.
Was it the most expensive meal of your life?
No.
Okay.
Not by a long shot.
What is the most expensive meal you've ever had in your life?
Like on my own that I paid for?
Yeah.
For myself.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick, do you have any thoughts? No. He says no. I'm going to say probably... I mean, I would say certainly in the last couple of years, I've paid $150, $200 for a meal. Mm-hmm. This meal was $90 for the two of us.
That's not bad at all.
No, it was amazing. I mean, Patrick and I talked about yesterday $50. You know what I mean? At City Walk Taco Bell, which is overpriced, like out of the wazoo. We spent $50.
You know, at City Walk, we were trying to think what goes in that chocolate place. What should go in there?
And I said Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake Factory is a great choice. They should put one of those Taco Bell like clubs,
Cantinas.
Exactly, where it's got like the little like stuff.
That is a great idea.
That's very theme park adjacent.
Serve some alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cheesecake Factory.
I mean,
that's the right footprint.
Yeah,
and it has outdoor seating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not the Chocolate Emporium or whatever it is. What even is that? Does Universal own Wonka? No. Warner Brothers does.
But I don't think that's Wonka themed.
No, but it's like knockoff.
That's
what it's supposed to be. It's like basically like a steampunk Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
But does the food all like chocolate?
Is it dinner?
Themed? I don't know.
I think it's just dessert.
I walked in there one time with Alana. We walked around the gift shop, and I was like, I'm out of here. Or were you with me?
I was not.
No, Alana was with Alana, I think. Oh, well. Both of the movies we saw this week were at Universal City Walk.
Wow.
Is that our preferred theater?
No, certainly not.
No.
They do have ample EV parking, though, which you have now taken up, even though you don't have an EV car, and Patrick has taken up, and he's 50% EV, just not plugged in EV.
Okay, but I can park near you so we can walk back to our cars together.
Yeah, but it is cheating. We're cheating the system. You are cheating the system.
I was about to say, we're not. I am. I don't consider it cheating because there's, I'd say, at least 200 to 300 empty spots every time we're down there. So I'm not exactly holding anyone back.
It's true.
But we can walk together. We don't have to get in the hubbub of finding like a parking spot with the theme park crowd.
Yeah. If one day somebody asks at the ticket taking station where you're paying for parking, what do you say?
Yes.
You say, they say, is this an EV car? You say,
yes.
Got it.
And I will lie to their face. I don't care if that's what's in.
What if they say, where do you plug it in?
I don't know. I don't even know what I would say. I don't know what I would say. Back there somewhere. I mean, I don't think they're going to do that. First of all, have you seen the people that are working the booth?
Correct.
They don't care.
No, they don't.
I guess it's bad.
It's not bad because it's not like, and here's the thing. There are, like you're saying, it's not just EV chargers down there. There are hundreds of other spots that are for God knows what.
It's also the oversized parking is down
Yeah.
there. So like there's like campers and
Even
like
though
big
your
old
car is
trucks.
the size of a tuna can.
I don't park in that area. I did the first time though. I tried to hide my car like in between two like buses.
Again, that's your conscience telling you you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, I was nervous. Well, I was like, I don't want to get towed. Yeah. Oh well.
I do love City Walk though.
I enjoy it for what it is.
The movie theater itself,
It's the Wild West.
yeah, the IMAX. I mean, it's the best.
Yeah.
But I don't need to see any other movie there. Although all the screens have recliners, which is nice.
Yes, and sometimes that's just what you need.
Exactly.
Okay, first, before we get into the movies, I want to hear what movies do you have lined up for TIFF, the Toronto International Film Festival, which Adrian is going to in like 2 weeks.
3
weeks. I bumped the mic. 3 weeks.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I did have a kind of I charted my course.
Okay.
I think I'm going to do 2 movies a day.
Yeah.
I get there on Thursday night, so I can't see anything that night, but Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think on Friday, I'm going to see, for sure, The Substance, which is a new Demi Moore movie, which I think won something at Cannes. But it's like, it reminds me kind of like Titane, like body horror. It's like about like a aging movie star or fitness person who's taking quote unquote the substance to like look young again.
What is the one with Elle Fanning?
With Timothy Chalamet?
No, that was similar style. Neon Demon.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Same kind of vibe.
Yeah.
So that will be on Friday afternoon.
Okay.
Then there's a few other movies that day that I'm trying to decide between. Rumors, which is Cate Blanchett's new movie. The Luckiest Man in America with Paul Walter Hauser. Did you watch Blackbird on Apple TV? It was so good.
No.
He was great in that. And that's I think based on a true story about a guy who wins on a game show on TV. And there's this new Orlando Bloom movie called The Cut, which is about a UFC fighter. So those are the 3 that like are all around the same time in the morning, and then The Substance is in the afternoon. So on the 7th, on Saturday, again deciding between We Live in Time, which is the new Andrew Garfield movie with Florence Pugh. It looks amazing.
That trailer gives me chills head to toe.
But again, like what I told you, I think it's coming out soon. So I was like, do I need to see this here? Could I at least maybe try to get the press room? I don't know. I don't know how any of that works. I will try to figure that out.
Exactly.
Honora, which is the Sean Baker movie with Mikey Madison from what movie? Scream?
Scream.
The new one. Which I think also maybe comes out later this year, but further away than We Live in Time. So those are around the same time.
Okay.
The Last Showgirl, which is Pamela Anderson's new movie, which looks amazing. I think I can do that one. As well. Oh, that's it, actually. That would be those 2 for Saturday. Sunday, Night Bitch. I'm sorry for the cursing.
Well, when we review it on this podcast, you will have to say that.
Where Amy Adams turns into a dog. It's sold.
100%. The poster looks made up.
I know. It sounds amazing. I think I want to try to do that one. And then Conclave, which is a new Ray Fiennes movie where it's about the popes, or a pope who dies, I think, and they're deciding on a new pope.
Yes.
And it just seems very, very good.
And
I might need to show you the trailers for these so you can help me decide.
Yeah.
So that's the plan.
Amy Adams is number 1.
Oh, that I think I will be able to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, it's interesting about, I think you, like, as press, which is weird to say.
We are the press.
We are the press.
Meet the press. It's us.
We could go to as many as I want. Obviously, you can't go to everything. I'm only going for a few days.
Yeah.
But I think I will have to request those tickets and then be like the first 100 people in line, which I think is doable.
Right.
And I'm right near all those screenings, the theaters. I'm like 10 minutes away. Walk.
How far is like the area big, or
Not
is it like
too big.
a general?
No, pretty close. Within like maybe 10 blocks of each other.
Wow.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Thrilling.
We'll see.
3 weeks.
Count it down.
What's the weather going to be like?
No idea.
Okay. We can look that up another time.
Yeah.
The first movie that we'll go out of order. The big movie of this week, Alien Romulus,
Wow.
starring Kaylee Spaney, David Johnson, Archie Renau.
Wow.
It is not related to the last 2 Alien movies, Prometheus and Alien Covenant, exactly.
Got it.
So this takes place in between the first movie, Alien, with Sigourney Weaver, and the second movie, Aliens, directed by James Cameron, written by James Cameron.
And this movie, correct me if I'm wrong, in the movie she says, or there's a character that is in the movie who says it was 20 days ago when all this stuff happened.
20 years ago.
Oh, 20 years ago,
yes.
not days ago.
Yes.
So this is 20 years after the first movie.
Correct.
Patrick, is that right? Yes. Okay, great. I thought days.
So, if you're not familiar with Alien at all, it's people on a ship that are attacked by aliens. I mean, that's the basis of it.
The end.
Typical, or like the archetype for like sci-fi horror movies in like the 80s.
Yeah.
It is Alien.
Yeah.
This one is about a group of like 20-somethings that live on a like mining planet in space who find a way out, basically, using the escape pods from Sigourney Weaver's ship in the first movie.
And they're trying to get out because they are like locked into these employment contracts, like slave labor.
Exactly.
Right. Patrick's shaking his head.
In a yes or no?
In a no way. And what do you mean?
Refute it.
It's not the ship from the movie. I don't know what that means.
What do you mean? In the first one?
They get the egg from the ship from the first movie. But the thing that they're on is a different thing altogether.
Oh. They get the egg from the ship in the first movie, but the thing that they're on is a different thing altogether. If you're listening to this review and you're basing it on my description of the film, you're in trouble. But that's good enough. They get attacked by aliens. They're in their 20s.
We really do need to hook up Patrick with like a lavalier mic that's connected to this.
Yeah.
Is he the third co-host?
Yeah. I think most podcasts have
somebody in the background.
Exactly. Think like Regis and Kelly or Kelly and Mark. They have Gelman.
You're so right.
Patrick is Gelman, except he doesn't do any work other than just being present sometimes.
And falling asleep.
Yeah.
And he said, and be right.
Okay, don't get me started. Go. What did you think?
I really liked it.
Okay.
I didn't love it, but I really liked it. I do think, and I've told everybody this that I've talked to about it, it was, if the dial goes to 100, it was at like an 85. In terms of scare, in terms of gore, in terms of blood, in terms of aliens. But when you saw those things, you were like, oh my God. Also, again, the theater, so loud, so big. That felt like I was in it. And at certain points, I felt kind of sick. Because like when they're floating around and all that stuff.
The strobing.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I felt like I was in space, which I don't ever want to be. I guess we are in space now, but I don't want to physically decide to go there.
Yeah.
But anyways, I thought it was great. I don't recall the other ones. I know Prometheus. I saw Prometheus in theaters when it came out. I love that movie. But I don't remember ever seeing the first one. I know plot points of it. And certainly did not watch any of the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Covenant, I don't really remember. Did Ridley Scott direct that?
Yes, both of those two. And produced
Prometheus.
this one.
Yeah, right, exactly.
But this one was directed by the guy who did Don't Breathe.
Yes.
And what was the other movie?
Evil Dead?
Yeah, Evil Dead.
Yeah.
I thought it was exactly what you said. Very fun, but it wasn't scary. I kept thinking, is Alien a horror franchise or is it a sci-fi franchise? I think it's somewhere in the middle.
It's like a sci-fi with horror elements.
Yeah.
And the horror of it is not... It's like being trapped. That's horror. You know, being hunted. It's not like Saw.
Yeah.
Horror.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where like you can't believe your eyes.
Yeah.
This movie, you're like, oh, this is fake.
Yeah.
You know?
I think, first of all, Patrick and me went to see the first one at Universal when it was re-released earlier.
Right.
Thinking about that, thinking about the second one and this movie in that world, I think they did a nice job of making an almost 80s style action movie.
Yeah.
The dramatic pieces of it, the storytelling of it, it felt very like nostalgic.
Yeah.
It had they took time to give it some like emotional weight in there that isn't really how movies are made now.
No.
And it helped that she was obviously amazing.
Kaylee, she's definitely a movie star.
Correct.
And an amazing actress. Like,
Correct.
It's a perfect amalgamation, which I've said for a long time. We are living in like this renaissance of amazing young actors. I honestly kind of get the chills when I think about it.
Yeah.
It's just, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. And David Johnson, who played her, in quotes, brother, who's like a robot.
Yeah.
I was telling Patrick, in the other ones, and I think like Michael Fassbender in those, the guy in the first one, Bishop in the second one, there was always something that was not human about them that made it like, oh, this is a person, this is a robot. Like their hair or the way they spoke or something. And as much as I thought he was amazing, their chemistry together was amazing. There were moments I thought there's something that makes it feel like it doesn't fit in that. Like it just felt like he was a person. You know what I mean?
I think they were trying to divide that or find that line with his like twitching, blinking.
Yes, and they did that.
You know what I mean? So like that, I kind of got that, but it, again, didn't fully hit that 100 dial.
Right.
Where I was like, this is 1,000% a robot.
Right. Because then you see Rook, who's in half, and he's obviously fully a robot. And then, yes.
That's a spoiler.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's in the majority of the movie, so sorry. If you're listening, okay, sorry. Whoops. Anyway, and in the second one, that guy, he looks like a robot. He has like a weird wig on. You know what I mean? So it's like this. He just looks like a person.
Okay, so since you brought that up, Rook, who is, do you know who that is? Do you recognize him?
Mm-hmm.
Bilbo.
Mm-hmm.
Love. From the original Lord of the Rings. What was going on with the CGI?
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Also,
Blake
did he
messaged
agree
me.
to that?
Well, that's what Patrick was saying. I'm sure his estate did.
Yeah. Which, I mean, why not? It continues the legacy of his character.
This person has died in real life, and now his
in 2020
half body is on the screen in 2024.
Yeah.
But Blake messaged me about my Instagram review and said he also felt the same way. He was like, "Why? What's the deal with CGI not somehow selling the fact that this person has a moving mouth or this robot?"
Yeah.
We're watching an alien who is mostly CGI crawl around the freaking ceiling. Why can't this guy's mouth look normal?
Right. And we go to Disneyland where the animatronics move. Why can't they make an animatronic that moves?
Right.
And then touch it up with CGI.
Right. Something felt off about that. But otherwise, the world building I thought was amazing. The sets were amazing. I loved the music. I loved all of it.
I also think if you have not watched the trailer, don't watch it because they give away most of the like big action, shock, scary moments in the trailer.
Totally.
I'd say like 75% of them.
That's a great point. And also, I do think it would behoove you to watch the other ones if you haven't. At least maybe the first
At
three.
least the first one.
Yeah, or first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my mistake.
No, I mean, you know enough. I mean, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it though. I thought it was fun.
In theaters everywhere.
In theaters everywhere, it is going to
2
make a
weeks,
lot of
probably.
money. No, I feel like it'll
3.
yeah, at least 4. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Alien, Romulus. I almost said Covenant. Anything else you want to say about it?
I might go see it again.
It was fun, and I love seeing movies in that theater. Even Bad Boys for Life or whatever
it's
it
just
was.
a great theater.
Yeah, it's just so big.
It's big, although the seats are way too close to each other.
Yes.
In terms of your legs hitting the back of the people in front of us.
We didn't talk about the best part of the entire night.
What?
When that man who ate his popcorn like a goblin from a sewer, he crossed in front of all of y'all to then go into an empty space in the aisle and go to the other aisle. So
Yeah.
he could have gone around our whole aisle, but instead made
Cross
us
in front.
all get up.
Yeah. It must have been his first time. You know, we have to remember we're not novices. When we come, we know these theaters like the back of our hands.
Yeah,
most people don't.
Yeah.
So he was just a fool.
Yeah, and I mean, the popcorn, I could not, I had to put my finger over my ear. I was like, I cannot hear you chew
I
in the
felt bad
silence.
for the people in front of us. I will never sit in a middle section part of that theater, ever. Honestly, in most theaters. They had to get up probably 15 times.
Literally.
20 times.
Literally.
There was a never-ending stream of people coming in. Luckily, it was before the movie started.
Yep.
Nobody really got up. I was the only one. I had to go to the bathroom.
I was about to pee in my pants. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that reminds me to tell you something.
Okay. You peed in your pants?
I will not talk about.
I'm sorry. Okay, keep going.
I just the back there specifically is great because you have access on both sides.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can easily get in and out of the theater. That's always where I'm going to choose. Just
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay, the other movie we saw this week.
I've wiped it from my brain.
Get ready. Borderlands, starring Kate Blanchett, Jamie Lee Curtis, Ariana Greenblatt, Kevin Hart, and Jack Black.
Who was Jack Black? The little
robot.
It doesn't even sound like him.
He did no press for it, and think of all the press he did for Super Mario. That
He
alone
was in one. He did one red carpet
where?
for Borderlands. He was in the
Right,
picture.
but where else? Think of everywhere we saw him. Yeah. Borderlands is based on a video game. It's about this woman, Kate Blanchett, who goes to like another planet to get this girl so she can open a vault. I mean, that's really what it is.
Yes, but she is given this task by the girl's supposed father. Who wants to get
Edgar
her back
Ramirez
home.
plays him.
He looked amazing.
Oh yeah, he really looks like a movie star. I was like, where are you?
Yeah. It visually and story wise is like a blender full of nonsense. Like from start to finish. I said this online. I couldn't tell you 20 seconds after the movie what that was like, what occurred, who those people were, why it mattered.
Yeah. It's basically Guardians of the Galaxy. Like that's obviously the style they're going for, the type of movie they're going for. It's got the cartoon character that talks silly. It's got it was sort of like an R-rated movie's written for babies. The humor in the robot was written for a toddler, Ernie, and except they said the F word.
Right.
Like it was like they added curse words to make it sound adult. It was honestly one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. No, like without hesitation.
Really?
There were moments behind Kate Blanchett where you could see the like. It was like those pictures of Teresa Giudice where she paced herself at the beach, and you can sort of see
like
around
the masking.
You can see around the edges.
Yeah.
You could see the CGI behind her, like she wasn't there.
Right.
I don't know how many Lifetime Christmas movies you watch. But
0.
Do you ever see those movies where it's snowing but no snow gets on the actors?
Of course.
Because they put like a filter.
Of course.
This is that movie. I mean, they were like in the desert and they would like fall into a pit, but then they'd stand up and there'd be no dust on them.
Yeah.
You know? It was like they filmed it in
a warehouse.
A warehouse,
Which
exactly.
they did, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess some of the action scenes were fun.
No.
The wigs were good, like you said in the review. I totally agreed.
Kate Blanchett, when she turned out with that wig, I said, okay, somebody was like, we're at least going to have fun. I think the only interesting thing about this movie is that the timing. They filmed that 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago.
Before Tar.
She had not made Tar.
Yeah.
Ariana had not made Barbie.
Right.
Ariana in that movie is probably the worst performance I've ever seen in a film.
That's
Literally,
not true.
If that's the only time you'd ever seen her, she should retire. I mean, absolutely horrific.
But again,
acting.
I'm wondering. First of all, there's hearsay that I think one of the writers or the writer of Chernobyl had written like the first version of the script that attracted these people to it.
Right.
And then Eli Roth, who's directing it, who I don't think was the correct
Should be
choice,
jailed.
Right. Decided to change that up.
Yeah.
And the original writer said, I have nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know why those people decided to go through with, like, is there a certain point in a contract where you have to do it? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I just kept thinking, did they think, like, when they're filming this, they're like, this is going to be good? Because, I mean, I know those movies are supposed to be a little fluff. It reminded me of all those movies I don't watch on Netflix that, like, Chris Evans is in.
Oh.
Or The Rock.
That new one?
All of them. Oh, the Santa Claus one?
It looks terrible.
Yeah, but Chris's movies I put in a different path. It's not trying to, you know what I mean? But that should be on Netflix.
Totally. This definitely should have been dumped and then not watched ever again.
Yeah, it's... Also, Kevin Hart is a comedian. And he was the serious person in this movie. Why?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
No. But...
Borderlands 2.
I don't think it lost like $200 million. So I don't think...
You know, those games are considered... I was reading about them during the movie. They're considered some of the best games of all time.
It not reflected. Patrick, I'm shocked you didn't see it, honestly. Well, still, it's
Neither did
like
we.
your path. I don't know. Yeah, absolutely horrific. I mean, honestly, literally.
Worse than Imaginary? No.
But same.
Imaginary was worse.
And Imaginary was filmed in like 3 days with like a budget of $8. This was filmed in like a year with reshoots and a $200 million budget. And
Isn't that crazy?
The A-list of actors. You don't get bigger than Kate Blanchett, Kevin Hart, love him or hate him, huge movie star. Jack Black, huge movie star. Jamie Lee Curtis. And this is not before she had won her Oscar, so obviously her path was different at the time.
Yeah.
Oof.
Can you imagine flushing that much money away into the wind and we'll never see it again?
I have to know how much they got paid.
I'm going to guess Kate probably got 12 to 15.
Yeah.
Kevin probably got 17,
Yeah.
18, 19.
Yeah.
Those were probably the top gets.
Jamie Lee Curtis probably got like
2 million. Exactly. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it really... Also, they knew. We saw no ads for it.
Yeah.
It was abandoned.
Yeah.
So they know at a certain point...
They don't want to pump any more money.
Exactly.
Right.
But Kate Blanchett was on Watch What Happens Live, so she did some press.
Yeah.
She said she got paid nothing for the Lord of the Rings movies.
I heard about that.
Shocking.
Wow.
Women. We do not support women.
No. We do.
Us.
Curry and
us
Patrick.
do.
I mean, Adrian. And
Yep. Okay. Let's chat with Curry and Patrick. Okay. Adrian's backing out.
Yep.
Tiff is his grand hurrah out of here.
What if?
I can see now. You're going to get to Tiff and hand out your business cards,
No.
not the ones for the podcast.
No, I need to find the ones for the podcast. I have the ones that we bought. I have 5 or 10 somewhere else. I just don't know where.
Well, you gave me some of them.
Oh, yeah.
Of yours.
Right.
Oh, my God.
I have a lot.
Well, luckily they came in 2 days from Moo.
Yeah. Moo.com.
Good
sponsor
old.
us.
Yeah, sponsor us, Moo.com. I should email them, actually. We love our cards.
We really do.
Okay. Now it is time for our question of the week. Anything else you want to say about Borderlands?
Absolutely nothing.
Our question of the week comes from TikTok user Daniel. I didn't write your hand down, just your name. A24, what is the worst movie and the best movie they've ever made? What is your favorite and least favorite A24 movie?
That's a great question. I honestly kind of need to. Do you have a list of them in front of you?
I can Google.
Yeah, I think that's what I need to do too, because obviously I'm just going to think about the recent ones. I would say, honestly, towards the top of the list, which is still a recent one, would be The Iron Claw. Certainly one of the best movies they've ever done.
Fabulous.
Sing Sing.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Of course. Past Lives. You can't beat that.
Past Lives. Moonlight.
The Zone of Interest.
Okay, so we're just naming every movie.
Problemista. I mean, there's in this scenario, again, we have to remember A24 mostly distributes movies. They will go to a film festival, find a movie that's Patrick's standing up. Like he's about to say his favorite movies and worst movies. What would you like to say?
I mean, I said Past Lives. Y'all weren't thinking of that.
We
no,
just said
true.
Past Lives. I loved it. My favorite movie of last year.
What's your worst one, Patrick? Enemy with Jake Gyllenhaal. That one was not great.
I didn't even see that.
Talk to me.
Or Talk to Me, which I didn't love.
Yeah, it was fine.
Again, A24 usually goes to these festivals and plucks movies that have already been made.
Lamb.
That was awful.
Yeah.
I think though recently they have started producing their own movies, like where they will like pull the directors act like cultivate everything together.
Yeah. I'll tell you honestly, probably my favorite.
What?
Lady Bird.
I mean, there's so many more
Iconic.
hits than losers.
It's true.
Close, which you never saw, but we saw.
What is that?
The French movie with the two boys?
Oh yeah,
That's an A24 movie. Remember in our little app on the Apple TV, it has them featured on it. Beau is Afraid, which I was obsessed with. You didn't love that.
So even if they're not like the best movies ever made, they're interesting. There's something interesting artistically about them.
The Tragedy of Macbeth with Frances McDormand
Fabulous.
and Denzel Washington.
Yep.
Come On with Joaquin Phoenix.
Iconic.
The Green Knight, which Patrick loves.
Yep.
I love that movie. Minari. Oh my God.
Okay, so name some bad ones.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I mean, Uncut Gems is amazing.
And you're not even saying what like made them what they are.
Their Farewell. Hereditary
Hereditary
is really what kind of threw them into a different stratosphere.
The robot one.
Ex Machina.
Ex Machina. That's what I
Climax. Mid 90s.
Midsummer.
I mean, the hits just keep on coming. 8th Grade, your favorite?
I just saw it.
Lean on Pete. Remember that movie?
Yeah.
Okay, here's a bad one.
Okay.
Dick's the Musical.
That was bad.
Dick's the Musical was bad. After Sun, most people loved. I didn't love it. Patrick didn't love it.
Yeah.
In Fabric, did you ever watch that? That's a great horror movie. I mean, they are a rarity, and not the majority of those movies are fantastic.
95% are amazing.
Yeah,
and even
absolutely.
the 5% that are bad or like not as amazing, there's still something very watchable and interesting going on.
Green Room, Amy,
Unreal.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Under the Skin, which I'm obsessed with.
Yeah.
Spring Breakers. How can I not say that the first?
I'm surprised.
Most people hate
Waves.
that movie too. Well, I mean,
I meant to ask you this before. This is a segue because you said Amy. What do you think of the Britney Spears movie?
no. I don't want it.
I don't think it's going to exist. I think it's just going to be in purgatory for a long time.
First of all, she's agreeing to this.
Well, we'll never know the truth.
Her team is agreeing to it. Sorry, I just hit the mic.
She
That's-
tweeted saying that they were working on a script, but again, I don't believe anything. Nothing is real to me.
Something is very wrong with her, sadly, mentally. Mm-hmm. And I think this is not the right path to, like, bring your story. Like, not at this time. Maybe in 10 years
Yeah.
or 15 years. But she really needs, like, some deep self-love.
I
And
think
love from other people who actually care about her well-being.
Yeah. I think some of it is like with the book, with the Will I Am song, the Elton John song, and the movie, they're trying to make her team, her brand is trying to keep her brand moving in ways that don't involve her.
Right.
The book obviously did not involve her. I don't
Right.
believe for a second she had anything to do with that. The movie, she's not going to be in it.
Right.
She's not writing it. She'll be listed as a producer or whatever. But like, it's like a way to keep her like the money going, but without her being on stage somewhere or making music.
And why John Chu, who's directing Wicked and did Crazy Rich Asians? I don't see the connection there for him.
He wants to be famous. I mean, he's picking very like buzzworthy projects.
Maybe it'll be an A24 movie.
I would die. What if it's great? I hope they pick somebody I've never seen or heard of.
Yeah.
I think that's bad. Not Sydney Sweeney, which was all over Twitter.
Wow.
Thank you so much for your question. If you have a question, you can call us at 919-675-2428, which is 919-675-CHAT. You can also email us, letschatwithcurry@gmail.com. Send us a message on TikTok, comment on the TikTok, Instagram, wherever you want. We're there. Now it is time for our Songs of the Week.
Mine is Crescent Moon by Connor Albert and James Smith.
Lonely, you were my only. It's like you were 1,000 miles away from ever falling inside my arms. Baby, I caught you, dived into the water, held you so tight that finding riches is a pauper. I stole a heart from someone like you, but I never knew when I threw a line from my crescent moon, and out of the blue was something untrue. Someone like you.
It's great.
I think it's kind of old.
That's okay.
What's yours?
Mine is Die With a Smile by Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga. And I'm putting in a request that you will put the Lady Gaga part and not the Bruno part.
Okay.
Lost in the words that we scream. I don't even want to do this anymore, 'cause you already know what you mean to me.
I will say it's definitely a Silk Sonic song featuring Lady Gaga. I don't believe for a second that session of like music didn't come from that era of their music.
Yeah.
And my question still is it associated with the Joker?
No.
Die with a smile and she has on clown makeup.
Wouldn't it be weird though, like if once the Joker comes out in 2 months and it's like the song in the trailer, but they just didn't say anything about it? That's why it makes me think it's not.
Yeah.
Because like there has been no connection made between the two. But even like her dancing kind of feels like the Harley Quinn in the trailers we've seen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But all the thing is smiling. It die with a smile. It just feels very convenient. But I'm here for it.
Yeah, it's great.
I love it. I love when she's in drag.
Yeah.
That's my favorite type of Lady Gaga.
That's not drag.
Yes, her with the Trixie
It's a
Mattel
wig.
wig on
That's
and a
not
60s
drag.
dress. That is her brand of drag.
No.
Oh, 100%.
It's costume.
I like her costumes. Is that what you want me to say? Is that better? Okay. I have to ask you this.
What?
This is the last thing.
Okay.
What do you think about the publicist of whatever saying they're not submitting challengers for awards season?
First of all, I didn't hear that. I think that's a lie.
Whoever did their marketing said that is not part of their award season package.
That's a lie.
I'm wondering if it's a like, let's test the waters and see what people respond to this with.
I take my word as fact. It will be nominated for awards.
I think so too. But why would they say that?
They don't know what they're talking about. Was it somebody on Twitter?
No, it was from a podcast of marketing. What movie? Was it Paramount? Who made Challengers?
I don't remember.
Patrick? MGM.
Oh,
It was their
Amazon.
marketing person saying it was not part of their award season.
I contradict that.
You reject it.
I reject that.
I think you're right, but I was just shocked by that.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you have going on this week? Anything exciting that you want to share?
No.
What do we have? What comes out this week?
We don't have any movies booked?
I want to see the movie with Jason Schwartzman.
Where is that even playing?
Everywhere. City
Oh.
Walk. It's everywhere.
Okay.
I also want to see the Elizabeth Banks movie.
Skincare.
Yeah.
Great. We'll make that happen.
Fabulous.
Wow.
We're going to see Sarah Bareilles tonight.
I can't wait. I really
Have the
can't wait.
best week, everybody. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to Let's Chat with Curry and Adrian. If you enjoyed the show, and we know you did, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify,